You're listening to the LouddMouth Radio Network. No matter the time or the season, we're open and available 24/7. Shouldn't your dealership be too? Carumba.com, the convenient online used vehicle marketplace. Register your independent dealership now.
Greetings. My name is Eliuth Espinoza, founder of Anthonie's Voice, an organization named after my grandson, Anthonie Brown. Anthonie was diagnosed with autism at the early age of 3 years old. He is currently 21 years of age and is still considered nonverbal. Our journey has been one of many challenges as well as unimagined rewards. This year, for Autism Awareness Day, April 2nd, we're proud to announce our community partnership of Anthonie's Voice and LouddMouthRadio.com. This month, Anthonie's Voice will have a 4-part series each Thursday of the month. Radio segments that will bring two communities together to discuss autism, share resources, highlight individuals on the spectrum, fundraisers, and so much more. The progression of life is not always natural. I think that sometimes we go about our days blinding, just expecting that life will be as it's supposed to be. I have always been a passionate person, an entrepreneur full of energy and ambition, determined to make an impact on the world. I had plans to develop businesses that would make a difference while putting me in a position financially where I could begin to travel and truly enjoy life. I was a young mother of 3 children. I had done all that I was supposed to do. I had paid my dues. As a grandmother of 12, my job was to enjoy them, spoil them when I could, and then send them home. This is a time in life where I get to reinvent myself, or so I thought. Then autism walked into my life and reinvented my world. It dramatically changed life as I knew it. I have encountered many challenges in my life, but for the first time, I was at a complete loss. And so my story begins. There was a knock on my door, and there stood the CPS caseworker with my grandson Anthonie in tow. I was confused. We were still in the middle of custody hearings. The weekly supervised visitations were not going well as Anthonie continued to avoid me at all costs. She smiled and said that the courts had made their decision due to the difficulty of finding an appropriate foster home. She handed me a bag of clothes and informed me that they would be in contact soon. The foster care system is not equipped to handle autistic children. No one wants to take care of them. That was the underlying fact. Matted hair, wild-eyed, he planted himself in a corner and simply looked at me. I proceeded to do my grandmother act, using sweet, soft words which seemed to fall on deaf ears. As a matter of fact, whenever I tried to approach him, he screamed, covered his ears, and ran to another section of the house. I attempted to feed him, only to have the plate thrown on the floor. I attempted a bath, and to my surprise, he jumped soaking wet out the tub and proceeded to run through the house, breaking anything in his path. After 3 days of attempting to keep him safe as he climbed dressers, the tree in the backyard, and even the roof, fighting to get some food into his body, the fear just began to take over. Sleep was a rarity as Anthonie stayed up most of the night and woke up early day after day after day. Surely things had to get better, I thought, and then it went from bad to worse. A trip outside of the house then showed me how bad things really were. Went to the grocery store where upon entering he began to jump up and down, make loud noises, and run through the store knocking things down. I had no control, something that was foreign to me when it came to children. People stared and whispered as I ran after Anthonie. On the route home, he decided to simply exit the car at a red light. Needless to say. A week later, I found myself sitting in the middle of the living room floor, tired and despaired. CPS had not called or dropped off the medication they had placed Anthonie on. There were no support checks, groups, advice, absolutely nothing. I knew I had to do something, and so I began to study autism from various perspectives: doctors, psychiatrists, blogs, support sites, etc. It appeared no one really knew what to do or how to handle the challenges. I looked at the madness and decided to follow the parents that seemed to be having the most success. So with only my faith in my mind, I began the vitamin therapy, gluten-free, lactose-free diets, organic foods, and nitrate-free meats. This was the beginning of my journey in becoming Anthonie's Voice.
Greetings, guys. This is Sunny, producer of LouddMouth Radio Network. How amazing was the testimony we just heard? That's our new community partner, Anthonie's Voice, and his founder, Eliuth Espinoza, giving a tremendous testimony about her approach and her experience of dealing with autism. And this particular community partner is now moving forward to taking the level of awareness to a new height. So this month, we're so proud to have Anthonie's Voice be a part of our segments. And each Thursday, as she mentioned, you will be able to hear about all things autism, how you can get involved, what you can do to advance the awareness in the community, make donations, fundraise. If nothing else, share the information, give it to someone that may or may not know about autism, or maybe dealing with a family member, friend, or some person that they may be taking care of in the autism spectrum. Guys, as always, we're always so grateful and thankful to be a part of the community. So this is a very important time for us with this community partnership. This is an organization we believed in from day one, and it makes us proud that in our season 10, we can give this 4-part special segment from Anthonie's Voice directly to you. You're listening to the LouddMouth Radio Network. This episode is sponsored by LouddMouth.com, the #1 small business online network. We're putting the word out about small business. Put your business on the referral network online that wants to put the word out about you. 30.7 million small businesses in the U.S., creating 1.5 million jobs annually. Small business accounts for 64% of new job creation in the U.S. There's strength in numbers. No matter what we face, know that there's strength in us. Because of you, we're able, we're capable, we're resilient, and we are available because we are small business, and together, we're the economy. You're listening to the LouddMouth Radio Network.